Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Voice of the Vet. I am Bob Maxwell. That's not right, hold on. I'm Marcel Forestieri.
And right now, I don't know who I am. But anyway, my name will pop up right here.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, there's a lot of elephants in the room today, okay? But, you know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. Now, some people believe in astronomy, the way the planets line up, and they have an effect on retrograde and all this kind of stuff. Some people don't, and it's okay, but regardless, listen to this. The last time Saturn was in Aquarius was during the Rodney King riots. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn was during the American Revolution. And when Neptune was in Pisces was when Rome fell. We have all three going on right now. So basically what they're saying is all this craziness is because the planets, alignment of the planets are all whacked out.
Yeah.
So we're going through all this crazy stuff. I mean, good Lord, can you imagine if Uranus got whacked out too? I don't even want to know what would happen with that.
I was waiting for that one.
That's always a good go-to.
It is. It works every time. I got a question though.
Yes.
When they say Pluto is in Capricorn, is that just like mystic, or is that? Because some people could take that the wrong way.
The zodiacal signs are they're from stars. Capricorn,
Yeah, right.
Scorpio. It's somebody decided
Even I knew that.
These stars look like it. Okay, so I guess it's when a planet gets in that star formation. I don't know. What do I look like? Anywho, I'm just telling you what I read.
Did you fact check that?
I did fact check that. Now, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we were talking about it. What happened to George Floyd was reprehensible. I mean, who can look at that video and not get your blood boiling at the deadness in the cop's eyes, the void of humanity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy business. But to say, and what's happening right now, the police are taking a big hit. They're saying police are bad. You know what? That is such a stupid statement. Police are bad? That makes about as much sense as saying black people are bad. No.
Not all.
White people are bad. No. In every fraction of the world, there is good and there's bad. And there is far more good than there is bad. But we seem to be focusing...
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Breaking news. We have just found out that they have come out with a way to stop the spread of coronavirus.
Finally.
Yeah. Protesting racial injustice. It's true. Just 2 weeks ago, if you were out on the beach, or if you tried to open up your business, or if you tried to go to church, you could be arrested and fined thousands of dollars. In fact, a lot of people were.
Yeah.
But now it's apparently a safe place to be, besides Lowe's and Home Depot and grocery stores, because apparently it's not there.
No, Walmart either.
Or Walmart.
Definitely not there.
Now, apparently, no problem. You want to go out and protest, as long as you're protesting racial injustice. If you're out protesting the quarantine,
oh, you're going to get it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you will be locked up and thrown away like that.
What about Governor Newsom? You told me about him.
Oh yeah, Governor. It was a picture of Governor Newsom out. It was yesterday or today, in not a crowd, a throng. I don't know how many people it takes to make a throng, but we're talking hundreds and maybe even thousands of people. And he's standing there this far away from people, no mask on.
No.
So all of a sudden, so I guess if you're protesting racial injustice, you can go out by the thousands and you could be shoulder to shoulder and you could wear a mask, not wear a mask. It doesn't matter because, first of all, you're not going to get arrested. Well, hell, apparently if you loot and murder people, you're not going to get arrested either.
No, heaven forbid.
You know, everybody's, going on and making this, and not that it shouldn't be made a big deal of. Yes, with George Floyd, what happened to him was horrible. But what about David Dorn, the 77-year-old retired police officer, black guy, exemplary human being, family man. He was murdered by a looter and a rioter.
Yeah.
And nobody really talks about that.
Right in front of the store, right?
Yeah, he went to go stop it, and the guy, boom, shoots him right in the chest. And he's laying on the ground dying. And nobody makes a big deal about that because apparently if you're a looter and a rioter and an arsonist, there are no rules.
No, apparently not. No, yeah. Well, if you were a looter, would you want rules to follow?
Well, no, I'd like to be able to do what I want willy-nilly. All right, so listen to this, and then I'll let you say your thing here. There was a headline on Yahoo News. Excuse me.
COVID.
From the Associated Press, and this was the headline. Death toll mounts as protests rage across the U.S. Seriously? Protests are not raging across the U.S.
No.
Rioting and looting and arson is.
Yeah.
Why are they lumping destructive rioters, looters, and murderers with peaceful protesters? They're choosing these words, people. The news is they're choosing these words on purpose. And they wonder why we don't trust them these days.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so then I had someone respond to that comment.
Oh, yeah.
Of why are we lumping peaceful protesters, or why are we lumping the looters and the terrible people doing terrible things in with peaceful protesters? This was a response from a fellow. He said, riots are a form of protest. Not all protests are peaceful. I mean, it's fine if you don't like it or want it, but this idea that destroying property and causing violence does not accomplish anything is not true. Sometimes you have to cause pain to get results. The other side is not compelled to make changes just because of a moral issue.
Say what?
Now, what planet is he from? Uranus?
Hey, what kind of a crack is that? But that's like saying
That's stupid.
Rape is a form of sex.
Basically, if you lump it all together like that,
And I'll take what I want.
Yeah.
Violently. If you're not going to give it to me,
Some people are
peacefully.
just pathetically stupid.
So this is what's happening. People are being brainwashed. Now, what's happening is because of the riots, the rioting, the vandalization, the millions upon millions of dollars of damage being done to people's stores, local, the community people. So the president is, the mayors didn't do their job. The riots were, okay, you get out of line for one night, all right, you caught me off guard. All right, second night, third night, fourth night, and it ends with a church right across from the White House being burned. A church. So the mayor's not doing this. So Trump's going, you better do your job, or I'm going to bring in the military. Well, you know what? They're jumping on him saying, and even Colin Powell today said, Trump is a liar and drifting away from the Constitution. Let me explain something to you. The Constitution gives the right to peaceful assembly, not violent destruction and takeover of our cities. We have a Constitution that allows for the president to call in the military to protect citizens against insurgents. What are we going to do? Just let the arson and the murder and the destruction go on? Why? So, anyway, that is my rant. Let me think. Let me see. And today, Navy Admiral James Stavridis said on Meet the Press, he said, protesters aren't a battle space to be dominated.
Say what?
We're not talking about protesters. We're talking about rioters and looters. Yes, they need to be dominated, because if you don't dominate them...
Yeah.
All right.
Whew. That has been the Marcel more than a minute. Anyway, you know, as far as the protesters go, the peaceful protesters, the cops should be right there with them, like the other night.
And a lot of them are.
Yeah, oh yeah, the other night on the Strip, they stopped traffic right down the Strip. They stopped traffic and let them walk down there, and some of the police officers were with them.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
But you know what? The media, bless their darling hearts.
No.
They don't want to show cops giving protesters a bottle of water.
No, they don't
or
want
stuff
to,
like
no.
that. No, because it doesn't make for good news.
No, it's got to be bad.
You know, if it bleeds, it reads. So they're going to show, you know, and look, those police officers that pushed that 77-year-old man on the ground, cracked his noggin on the concrete. Immediately, blood is pooling out of the back of his head. One cop goes to check on him, the other cop goes, no.
Yeah.
All right, what the hell? You know, and
Well, they arrested him too, right?
yeah, charged him with second-degree assault.
Okay, good. Then 56 officers from that same department in Buffalo, New York, quit.
Yeah, in solidarity.
Yeah, bye. That's the kind of cop you don't want around, because they're hiding something. Somebody's hiding something.
Yeah.
I don't care if you like what I'm saying or not. That's your choice. But I also have the choice to tell you this.
You tell him, pie face, you got the
Yeah.
crust.
I wouldn't want to be around people like that, because they're dangerous. They're dangerous to all of us. They're the ones that are beating people, and they pull them over for traffic. They're pulling them out of cars. They're hitting them on the streets when they're protesting for no reason. Just because you got the badge doesn't give you the right to be judge, jury, and executioner. No. So I'm glad those guys are gone. I'm glad they're weeding out the pieces of garbage that are around the United States. A lot of departments are firing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that's good to see. Good cops they'll agree with me, because they don't want that kind of person around. One person can give the whole department a really bad name. So I'll leave it at that one. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about another shooting in Alamosa, Colorado. And this is, I fact checked this. I even wrote the editor of factcheck.org. Yeah, so this is real. And this is right from the KRDO News in Colorado there.
Oh, we're out of time.
No, sorry, damn. Here, this town's not like a big metropolis city, right?
What is it again?
Alamosa.
Alamosa.
I didn't see how many people live there, but I'll check it out. There'll be a sign right here, right about now.
122.
Yeah, but it's a smaller town. I mean, it's probably only got like 3 or 4 stoplights, I guess. I don't know. But Mike doesn't like me use my hand so much. I could say, you know, you're rubbing off on me.
I'm Italian.
Yeah, he's rubbing off on me.
He's Irish.
But, so anyway, there's 12 protesters. 12. Okay?
Oh.
12.
Well, what could go wrong?
No, nothing. The light turns red. 6 people come out from one side. 6 other come out, and they stand on the little walkway there in front of the cars.
While the light's red.
While the light's red.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't obstruct traffic or anything. And it's real peaceful at this point. The light gets ready to turn green, and they all went back to their positions. And then traffic goes through, right? Well, there was a guy in a truck, and you could see it. It's on. They got on surveillance video from the drugstore or pharmacy or something over there, and he starts real slow, and then he picks up a little bit. But I bet he's not even going 10 miles an hour. One of the protesters comes running back to the truck.
And it was definitely one of the protesters?
Oh yeah, you can see the guy. I mean, the whole time. Yeah, absolutely. He pulls out a gun, and you can clearly see it. And he reaches in, or right by the passenger window with his left hand, and shot the guy. Shot him. And the guy, he's got a bullet lodged in his head right now. I don't know if it went into the brain or not, but it doesn't matter. There's no... See, now that's the kind of person right there that messes it up for everybody. They caught the guy. You ready for what he does? He's a
Table tapper?
I'm like a quiet table or something, you know.
Defense attorney.
Yeah, he's a defense attorney.
Oh, not anymore. I'll bet he loses his job.
He can't even represent a chain link fence.
Yeah, really. It's so, and that's what's really sad. I mean, let's talk about bad apples for the lawyer world. That's a bad apple. So, and I know a lot of attorneys. Our chairman of the board here at Voice of the Vet is an attorney.
Peter
You
Polivos.
couldn't find a better guy, and more helpful. And oh my God, he's done so much great stuff. But that one idiot can give everybody else a bad name or a dent, you know. And there's no room for that. That's why I say let's get rid of these cops and everything that are bad too. Now they set up a GoFundMe thing for him, and he is in the hospital in really bad shape and life support. And here's one thing that really bothers me.
And I don't mean to. I was laughing earlier. I don't mean to make make light of that, but it just the idiocy.
You don't expect that, you know, little tiny town. But here's two things. Number one, he's a single dad of a little girl. I think she's like 4 or 5, something like that. She's little. And he's a disabled veteran. I mean, and everybody in the town, I guess, knows the guy. And I mean, the guy wouldn't say shit if he had a mouthful. You know, I guess he's a really nice guy. But was that? Can I say that?
It's a podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, so they got a GoFundMe page for this guy, and I looked at it yesterday when I discovered it. It was $32,000 in it. I took Sadie outside and got the mail and did a couple of things. Came back. It was at $46,000. It's going that fast, which is really cool. We're going to have a link to it right here below the video here on the website, and I encourage you to at least take a look at it and read that story, because it'll break your heart. There's no sense. That was totally senseless. So I hope they put that piece of shit away.
And you know what else is senseless? These celebrities and sports figures that are pulling together large sums of money to get these looters, rioters, arsonists, and murderers out on bail.
You know,
why don't they take that money and help rebuild what they destroyed?
Well,
why don't they take?
They could lose that bail money. If they don't show up, they're going to lose that bail money.
But they're exemplary people. They'll show up.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I can understand why they did it, because a lot of people feel that's the right thing to do. Well, they don't have room for these people in their jails. Like here, they don't have room for them.
But really don't. But I don't know. To me, doesn't that seem like you go ahead and do what you want? We'll bail you out. We got your back.
Kinda, yeah. I guess it's all how you look at it. You know,
but why not take that money and help the people that were damaged by these people, rather than help the people that caused the damage?
They should go in first of all and help the peaceful protesters that were gathered up improperly or wrongly. All right, and then the guys who damaged stuff, whatever. Yeah, your ass is staying in there. Shut up. You're staying there. You're not getting bailed out, because they will not come back. Because let's face it. You think all the looters and the bad side of the protest? I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even connect the two together. The good protesters, you know, they want to get their message across, and I think it's great. And these other guys are opportunists. Most of them don't even live anywhere near the city that they're there to, quote, be a protester. They're there to be a looter and a piece of human shit. But anyway,
they were arresting one guy. And they had his hands, you know, strapped behind him. He's like, what are you doing out here, man? He goes, we're protesting. He says, what are you protesting? He says, we're out here to get stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, what would you tell other people that are thinking about coming out here and doing looting? He goes, well, is it worth it? And he goes, well, look, man. And he showed his hands were strapped together. He goes, I'd tell him to do it right.
There's a leader right there.
That's an IQ that.
Well, did you see the guy? The news interviewed a guy kind of like that as well. You know, looked like he was dumber than a box of rocks, and definitely sounded like it. He said, "Are you from the area here?" He goes, "No, well, yeah." You know, he's doing that shit too. And so the reporter said, "Oh, come on, man, we're just a small little paper. You can tell me." He goes, "Oh, okay, really?" He said, "I'm from California."
And this was
Here
in Vegas.
Yeah. And he said, "What are you doing here?" He says, "Well, I'm protesting." And just like the normal questions, right? He says, "Well, are you getting paid for this or something?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He says, "You're getting paid for this?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He says, "I get a check from," this is George Soros right on it. He said that on, it's all
And then all
over
of
the
a sudden
place
it was-
now. Yeah, really. But he said his job was to go out and recruit more people, because the more people he got more money.
He can pay.
Yeah, he says, "I don't have to work now."
So it's like a multi-level marketing thing.
Yeah, there you go. He just pissed off a lot of MLM people out there. But
We
anyway,
love the MLMers.
that's the kind of people that are out there. They don't even think, because they don't have the capacity or capability to think.
Yeah.
Now, and let's talk about this for a second. I got this little picture, and it'll be on the screen right about now. And it's a little girl holding a sign that says, "We said Black Lives Matter. Never said only Black Lives Matter. We know all lives matter. We just need your help." With the hashtag Black Lives Matter for Black Lives Are in Danger. That's what it means. And everybody thinks, or not everybody, so many people think, "Oh, you're saying Black Lives Matter. No, all lives matter, and white lives matter." Get your head out of your ass. You know, it's not, this little girl right here, listen to kids. They get it. So, yeah, it'll be on the website, and God bless her. You know, she kind of looks like my granddaughter. One of them. Yeah, little Devin. Yeah, little cutie. I have 7 grandkids, and 2 of them are from a mixed relationship. And my kids grew up not knowing color. And that's great. I mean, my youngest daughter's husband is a great guy. He really is. And good ethics. As a matter of fact, he's a Detroit police officer. So, yeah, he's one of the good ones. Trust me on that. So that's what we got to say on that matter. But that's really important. So people pay attention to that.
And so let's wrap it up with this.
No, we got one other thing to wrap it up with.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, but let me say this
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
Then we can hit this, because this is a different subject.
Oh,
We are in support of protesters. Peaceful, effective
yeah.
protesting. We are in support of it. We, as this organization, condone that 120%. What we do not condone is rioting, violence, destruction, arson, and murder
Looting.
in the name
Yeah.
of racial injustice or George Floyd. No.
They're opportunists. That's all they
They're
are.
opportunistic thugs and criminals.
Yep.
Period. It's got nothing to do with George Floyd. It has nothing to do with racial injustice. It has to do with opportunistic criminal thugs. There, you said it.
Yeah. What's that red dot on your chest? Okay.
All right. That's what do you got there, Bob?
You know, when you apply to be a 501c3, it takes a while to get the paperwork. And, you know, we knew we had the number and everything, so we knew that was cool. And it'll be on our website.
What's
We
that?
got the paperwork from the IRS. It says, "Dear applicant," that's us, because it says Voice of the Vet up here.
Did you say deal apple cart?
Yeah, I can't even talk now. No, I said, "Dear applicant, we're pleased to tell you we determined you're exempt from federal income tax under the IRS section 501c3. Donors can deduct contributions they make to you under IRS sections 170. Well, that's good. but we're real. And we just want everybody to know that, because you're gonna now everybody questions everything, and that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
And I learned from my son, fact check, and I do that now more than I ever have in my life. And I look at everything now like in disbelief. I don't care if the guy's holding an apple, says this is an apple. It might be a picture of an apple. I don't know. But we got to fact check things. So we're doing the best we can.
We are legit now.
We are 100%, baby.
Nonprofit,
Yep.
501c3 PO.
So yeah. So the people that did donate to us before, we were legitimate then. We just have the paperwork now. Everybody can. We're going to send them thank you notes and stuff like that, and for their contribution, and they can use it to write it off on their taxes. So. We want to get going. We're here to help people. We're here to help not just veterans, but that's our focus, our focus group. But obviously their families as well, friends, people. We're here to help people, and we can't do our job if we don't have money to do things.
No,
Yeah.
like we don't have the money to get a soft pad for this table, so you can bang your fist like Khrushchev, your shoe on.
Why do you make so much fun of me pounding tables? That's going to be really loud on the tape.
Really loud.
But anyway, we want to thank everybody for watching, and thank everybody for all your emails and cards and letters. Keep them all coming. And you know what?
Until we see you again.
We still need sponsors. That was a shameless plug right there. That was for Jill and Stephen King, our buddies. Their daughter Carly is our youth ambassador. So, yeah, let's remember that. Okay. Right. Ready?
Until we see you again, we salute you.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you. Oh, that's funny.